and they are stretching longer. It's me. Bloody well. Wake up, jump straight out of bed, go downstairs. Oh my God. Yeah. Or get woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning, being told that it's morning. So I'm going to end it off with triggers, and then we'll take it on from there tomorrow night. So everyone will have triggers that set off their anxiety. You can think of them as early warning buttons. Once they are pressed, they can lead to stress. Sometimes we imagine things are scarier or more dangerous than they are. Often as a result of our past experience, and we get triggered unnecessarily. So yeah. I don't know. So does anyone... if anyone wants to actually, private message me with any of their things and wants to know, what can I do to, just feel free. I don't know what mine are. It's weird. It's really weird. I don't know. It's weird. Notice the places you get anxious. Is it walking along a street in the dark at night, sitting in traffic, being alone at home, etc., etc. I think mine is when I'm so busy and then I'm calm, and then I just feel like, oh my God, what do I do with myself? Oh my God. And my son, he goes to his dad's every other weekend. So when he's at his dad's, I kind of feel like, oh my God, I feel lost. I feel very lost. Although I do love the break, but I do feel lost. Things are often more begun than we realise. But we get upset because we let our fears take over from common sense. And that's true. Anxiety and common sense are not friends. Because in reality, things are not as bad as it seems. When I've looked back on it, when I went on my medication, my dosage needed changing because I moved houses and the stress of it all was just too much. And then I had a breakdown, and it was for ages, and it took for ages for them to actually rectify my medication. But when they did, I woke up the next day after taking it, and I was like, oh my God, I feel alive again. I feel like the last few months I was dreaming. I notice I act irrational. I get very snappy. I literally am not a nice person when I'm anxious. I don't even like myself, so I don't know how anyone else does. Sometimes I'm you guys are fine. You can just shut the door, walk away, and you don't have to deal with me. I have to deal with me 24/7. So understand. Anyway, I'm really tired. That's why I'm acting a bit weird. Anyway. When you feel anxious, ask yourself, am I truly in danger or do I think I am? And that was one strategy that I used when I was feeling like, oh my God, the world's getting on top of me. And I felt like I was, I was like to myself, is it really as bad as I think it is? Or is it just in my head? And I was like, nope, it's just in my head. It's really not that bad. And I was sitting there trying to think what could have triggered it off. But I realised what it was. Great news. Turned into a change had happened in my life, which then made me become anxious because of the change. So I didn't know how to distinguish the fact the change was for a good cause, and the anxiety is basically making me feel as if it's a bad thing when it was a good thing. So yeah. Take a moment to think about your own triggers. What sets off your anxiety? Changes. Mine is changes, definitely. Big changes, so moving houses, that was a trigger. Having another baby, that was a trigger. Having a baby, that was a trigger. Starting uni with all these new people, that was a trigger. Because if most people who suffer from anxiety, I guess you can relate with me, you become very socially awkward because you don't know how to socialise with people because you don't know who you can trust and who you can't trust. Do you see any regular patterns? I guess mine starts off where I start to become tired. And then I become emotional because I become tired. Then I become withdrawn. And then it just spirals. But it's like if I was to change, if I was to tell myself from that start, so from point A, the change, if I was to say, Kayla, this change that you're going through is not as bad as you think it is. You are just creating yourself to fall into an anxiety moment. I would eliminate all the others. But before I learned how to understand my anxiety, understand the way to help my anxiety is to talk to people who I trust and listen to them, interact with them. That helps me take my mind off. Plus writing, reading and making stuff, and even taking my sons out. I know it's hard because a lot of mums do, feel like the world is on top of them, and it is hard, but it's all in our head, and it's so rewarding because you know what? When we're old and we need our bums wiped and we need feeding, our kids will remember all what we've done for them. So, and all the sacrifices we've made. And this is for all males as well. Males, I was going to end it quick. No, males. A lot of males are depressed. And because of the society that we live in, males feel like if they talk about their anxiety or their depression, they're looked down on by a female, and they're looked as if, oh, you're not manly enough because you this and that. No, you don't understand. Females, we need to enable the men that we are with and support them, because anxiety doesn't have a gender and it doesn't have a face. It has a name and it attacks anybody. Everyone suffers in life, and we need to support people, One thing I do want to touch in this whole thing is with anxiety, I'm going to do a video solely to this, is about self-harming and suicidal thoughts, because I am a past self-harmer. I haven't harmed in 8 years. It was the hardest thing in my life. But yeah, we will touch on that one another time. So you guys will definitely have to stay tuned. Anyway, do you notice your early warning symptoms? Obviously, I was talking about mine. If I point one, the change. And we need to just explore triggers further later on in the book. So there'll be more triggers later on in this book. But yeah, guys, that is the anxiety journal. Exercise to soothe stress and eliminate anxiety wherever you are. By Connie Sweets. So if you want this book, try the works. If not, do Amazon. Amazon is great for that. So I am off to bed. I'm in the process of painting my house. I've done downstairs. I need to do my office tomorrow, actually. So I'm going to be doing that. And yeah, obviously thinking of summing up things for chapter 9 for 2 Loves, 1 Heart. Please, guys, if you've not read it, please read it. I understand. I know lately I've been focusing solely on Venus, but that's because Venus is complete. However, Venus needs editing. That's why I have not put Venus out fully. Plus as well, why should I give you all of it? You won't come back for more. And yeah, so Venus has been completed. However, Two Loves, One Heart, that originally had only 3 chapters. So the other chapters that I've done after the 3rd chapter have been off of my creative thoughts. And you know what? I've got so much things in my head. So it's just like, my mind is like, I used to play Barbies when I was to the age of 14. I hold my hands up. So I am the queen bee of imaginative play. Literally, 100%. I play with my sons. I play superheroes. The Ben 10, you know, Freezing, Fire Blast, you know, all of it. Also as well, I want to do a channel as well for parents on my mindfulness book that I got today at W.H. Smith about mindfulness for parents, and that's for females and males, and it helps you to basically be able to mediate with your family, deal with challenging behaviors, and it helps you to go through those terrible, I think for terrible twos, that's perfect. If someone gave me that book when my oldest was 2, I would do, you know, I feel like I'm going through terrible twos earlier with my younger one, and he's not even 2 yet. It's not even 1. But yeah, so I brought that book because basically it would just help me. So I thought, oh, you know, a lot of mums on here that need help. So yeah. And that is it for today, guys. So sleep tight. And for those who are waking up, because we know we all have different time zones, good morning. And for those who are going to sleep, good night. And for those of you who are just during through the day, have a lovely day. Goodbye. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Don't forget, guys, follow me on Instagram and click the links to look at my book, Venus and Two Loves for One Heart.